You can compare LEGO to Thanos, collecting Infinity Stones of every single Nintendo franchise. Folks, welcome to The Mario Matter, your favorite Nintendo podcast, episode 132. I am your host, Nintendo YouTuber EmSwizzle. What is on today's program you might want to know? Here is the answer. First things first, me and our guest today go over Nintendo news from the past week. That includes the LEGO and Pokemon announcement. That includes some other bits of Nintendo news too. After that, we dive into our first impressions on the newly released Nintendo game Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Previously released on the Wii U, the game gets a remaster on the Switch. We talk about that. After that, we dive into the question block segment, the Q&A segment, where me and our guest answer your questions you asked us. It's a fun one. And our guest today, folks, is his fifth appearance on the podcast. It is cdotkom or Charlie. We've gotten to know each other so well because we make the, similar content, the YouTube shorts in the Nintendo space. He is closing in on 500,000 subscribers, and he is your favorite guest. He's a man of the people. What can I say? Let's not waste your time. Let's go ahead and dive into the Nintendo news to kick things off on the podcast. Bruce Buffer, read the intro. Let's go.
Welcome to the Mario Matter, the #1 Nintendo podcast.
Charlie, this is your, what I believe, fifth appearance on the podcast now. Welcome back.
5.
How's it going?
Glad to be here. I'm a very happy lad today. Very happy lad today.
And that is because you got your Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition.
I did.
Released this week. We'll talk about that soon. It's a big topic. Nintendo's only game that came out that has a official release date. Now we know nothing. So
we know nothing. I was actually writing a short about this directly before this podcast.
It's a big piece of news, but we can start with the title of this podcast, maybe the next biggest piece of news, I would think so. LEGO has been making a lot of moves recently. We've seen the LEGO Mario Kart set get announced. We, even like last year got the Piranha. That was last year, right? The Piranha Plant, right?
I think it was late 2023, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. Well, almost last year. We're getting big sets around here, right?
Yeah.
And LEGO has come out this week and announced they will be collaborating with the Pokemon company, making Pokemon LEGO sets. Now, we don't know much, but here's what we do know. There was a less than a minute teaser trailer put out on Nintendo, well, I think LEGO's social media, but like Nintendo and Pokemon repost it, it's just everywhere in your feed. We see this trailer, you can see Pikachu's tail wag, and that's about it. Now, we do know that whatever sets come out will release in 2026, which honestly, that's like the biggest bummer here, isn't it? Like, dude, that's 9 months away. At the very least 9 months. That's bad, isn't it?
I mean, depends on what they got lined up for this year as well in terms of Pokemon, because we got the new game coming out, which we don't know the date of, but it's there. I'm interested because like LEGO Pokemon, I'm like, okay, I already have a bajillion Pokemon plushies. I don't think I need like hard plastic Pokemon plushies now.
Right.
But it is interesting to see because I'm very curious as to where they take it, whether that be because we saw it was like a Lego Pikachu kind of tail, right? Is it going to be something like you're going to just build like a model, like a big Lego Pikachu? Or is it going to be more so like
a
structures
Pokemon Center
and settings from the game? Like, are we going to be able to build Lumio City or something like that? I feel like both ways are good. I would love a Lego Magnemite, though. I'm not even going to lie.
Yeah. I was going to ask you just about that. Because over the past, honestly, dude, like 10, 15 years, like I remember being 4 or 5 years old and seeing these in Target. These like knockoff, like K-Nex companies, these like, like knockoff Lego companies have been making Pokemon almost Legos. They're very much so rip-off Legos. They've been making these for years and years, and a lot of what they do is just like a standalone Pikachu set or a standalone Charmander set. When they start off making Pokemon Lego, do you think it's going to be standalone? I think for like the first 3, it's standalone. Maybe Pikachu, Charmander, you know?
Yeah, I'd say something like that. Actually, hold on. Hold on. Oh, there he is. There, hold on. Oh, you see him?
I see.
See him? Right there.
Right there.
Right there. There's there's one of them. There's one of the knockoff Pikachus there.
I saw.
But I do think we could get starters. What I think they're gonna do. I just got this idea straight in my brain. But there used to be this set of Lego like little like monsters you could make. I forget the name. Oh my god, I'm forgetting the name. But it was something. And they're all like color coded. There's like the yellow set, the blue set, and the red set. This is gonna be absolutely crazy. But you could take 3 monsters in a set and then combine them to make an even like bigger monster, so to speak.
Okay, I'm
so
following.
What if we see something like that, but with the Pokemon and having them evolve?
I have to know more. That sounds like a beautiful concept, but I have to know more how that works because I don't know if I build a Lego.
No idea.
You know
how that would work.
I'm not sure if I build a Lego Pikachu, I can like do something and he's all of a sudden, you know, evolve. Like I don't know. I have to know more about what you're describing.
I'm thinking about the logistics of how that would work, and the answer is it wouldn't.
Okay.
But it would be pretty cool though.
That would be freaking cool. So we got our first, let's say the first 3 sets. We got Pikachu, first 4. Pikachu, we got Charmander, we got Squirtle, and you got Bulbasaur. That's a solid lineup for the launch, right?
I'd get Bulbasaur.
Oh yeah. Do you think that we could get any like big sets out of this? Big as in like the Mario Kart set that was announced recently, like those black box sets, like those type? Maybe like a massive Pikachu, maybe. Like a 3000. Yeah.
Instead of like a massive Pikachu, yet again, if they go the structure route, I can see a Pokemon Center.
Yep, that's dope.
Something like that. I feel like that'd be really cool. Kind of designed like the good old DS games, those Pokemon Centers. Oh man.
I would take that because, you know, a big appeal for me, like with the Animal Crossing sets, is the Resident Services building, is the Able Sisters, is the Nook's Cranny, the structures. I'm not there to, you know, build. I mean, not that they would ever make sets where you build a huge Tom Nook, but like, you know, I like the building sets. So that's great. I would love to do some sort of Pokemon Center. There's a lot of possibilities here, man. Here's the only thing, the final little segment here of the segment. Are these going to be massively overpriced?
I have no idea.
Because, like, dude, honestly, even Animal Crossing's like $50 for 400 pieces. Not actually, but it's close to that.
I mean, where is he?
Oh, look at that! You have the Lego Mario Kart thing.
Minus what is it? The actual Lego Mario itself. I think this was like $30.
Oh yeah. Well, that
30
looks...
Canadian maple syrup dollars. It wasn't too bad, honestly.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad for the price.
Love the audio listeners here. I'm showing up the Mario Kart Lego.
Yes.
Here's Toad.
Oh, look at that, dude! Toad in Lego form. I'm sorry.
He's really funny.
I'm sorry, audio listeners. You gotta watch a video if you're not seeing this. But he's holding up the Toad Lego Mario figure. They all look cool. I have no doubt that Lego Pokemon is going to be great. I worry about price and I worry about the sets. That's what I worry. So everything about it, pretty much.
Basically.
Yeah.
I can see something because Generation 10 is probably not coming out this year, but maybe the year after or the year after that. So I can definitely see something being made with that in mind. I can also see like maybe we get an Ash Ketchum minifigure, you know?
Yeah.
Something like that, just because Pokemon's such a massive franchise now. It's not just the games you can pull from.
Yep. Surprised this didn't happen earlier, but we can move on to something that I didn't think would happen this early. And honestly, I am not in favor of, But maybe we'll hear something soon in the Switch 2 Direct. This is no coincidental timing. This is a reminder, not news. We heard about this. It's not a new thing. But a reminder that next week, Nintendo will stop issuing gold points. So, of course, we know if you are a Switch owner who has bought games before, if you buy a game digitally, you get gold points. If you buy a game physically, you got to go through a few hoops, a few buttons, but you can redeem gold points. 1 gold point equals 1 cent. It's kind of like cash back on games that you buy for the Switch. Nintendo is ending this. They announced this about a month ago, just out of the blue, no heads up or anything. And next week, March 24th, Monday, after that day is over, I believe that day you can still earn them, but after that day, you can no longer earn gold points, and the ones that you do earn expire after a year. A few questions here. So I mostly wanted to say that to bring value. If you forgot, there it is. Earn gold points now. Here's my thing though. Okay, so I use gold points whenever I can. I have maybe
Same here.
300 just like sitting around, right? But let's say that, and I don't think that I did, but let's say, for example, that I earned those gold points last January. So over a year ago.
Yeah.
Do they expire March 24th? Because this says that the points that you earn after March,
No, they expire after a year. So if you bought them, so for example, yesterday when I got Xenoblade X,
yes,
I got the gold points. A year from now on March 20th, they'll go away.
Right. So if I bought games last January and it's already been this January, will they expire right on March 25th or 4th?
No, they're already gone. They were gone in January.
What do you mean?
Because it was, if you bought them January 2024 is what you're saying.
Right.
Since January 2025 has passed, they're already expired.
But have they always expired after a year? Or is that like after this deadline, all the ones that you have now expire?
No, they just always expire after a year.
Is that right?
It's not a new thing. They've just been doing it.
Really? Okay. I thought this was like a new thing to get rid of everyone's gold points.
The very sad thing about this announcement
Yep.
is when I saw it, I think a week prior to the announcement, I put out a short saying something along the lines of, how many points? Or maybe it was a bit before, like how many points does it take to buy a whole game?
Yes.
And it was my goal. I was going to save up all my points, try to buy a game and, make a great video.
Too late.
Not anymore though. Who knows? Maybe there'll be something Switch 2 related that allows me to do as such, but until then.
I think there almost definitely has to be, because there's no coincidence in the timing here that they take this away. 9 days before the Switch 2 Direct? Like, there's no coincidence. I don't know. It seems too good. And
I have a theory.
Oh, right. Here we go. You might have the same theory as me.
My crackhead theories, they're coming back. All right.
Let's hear it.
So, what is one thing that a lot of people want for the software operating system of the Switch 2? Themes.
Custom themes.
Right? Custom themes. We all know it. No hiding it. And let's say, what if Nintendo wants to do something like they're doing with the Nintendo Switch Online little app, where you can use platinum points to buy little profile icons, right? I just bought, I don't know, I have Sir Kibble from Kirby 64 as my profile. And okay, there's that. What if there was a separate currency that you use from buying games to put towards buying themes of those games? So let's say I spend, I buy Tears of the Kingdom, I get my 400 points because shoutouts Canadian currency. And then I spend, 300 of those points getting a custom background, a custom music theme, and a custom sound effects, like sound effects collection.
Sure.
And then I put those in, and those are now my Switch background themes.
Yeah, but I guess so. But wouldn't that just work kind of close to gold points? Like, it'd be like the same thing, right? Just not gold points. Like, you earn it from buying games. Could you have just rebranded gold points then, and like say, you can't use them to buy eShop games? Or
I would say you could have, but I think just because it is the Switch 2 and the Switch 1 won't have it,
you're coming different.
you'll have to find a way to differentiate it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Although you could have probably kept the gold points, but then you have 3 points, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't keep track of that many.
Kind of tricky. But dude, we will probably, I mean, I'm at this point convinced that we will hear something in the Switch 2 Direct. Not
for sure.
Not much, but just like a little gloss over, like, you know, you can use these points to get game. I know, just like a little small something, right? Like a 5-second mention of something. Some new reward system. And even after they ended Club Nintendo, which was what, 2016, 17, which was their little rewards program.
Was it really that short a time ago? I thought it was I thought it was like 2012 or something crazy.
Oh
like
god,
that.
I might be wrong. It was definitely around like Wii U era 2015, 16. But after they ended that, they brought back they brought in My Nintendo. So they've always had some sort of reward something, you know. So
and also you are right. June 30th, 2015 was when it shut down. Did you ever get like the giant AR card?
What, like, what
I
do you
got
mean?
that.
Wait, like which
like
thing?
the giant 3DS AR cards?
No, I had the small ones. There was a giant one, and I never seen this.
on Club Nintendo you could get this giant one.
I've never seen
it.
this.
It was huge, like life size, probably solid like.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was like 10 years ago. Probably I was like maybe like 3 feet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Tall and across.
That's huge. I only have seen. I didn't ever get anything from Club Nintendo because I was too young to even like know what it was really, or like take part in it. But I looked back, and they had like, dude, they even had like custom 3DSs or like special 3DSs.
Yeah,
that was
crazy.
cool. They had like Mario Kart trophies, like the trophies from like the Grand Prix. They had those. That's nuts, dude. So maybe
we got these AR cards.
Oh yeah,
dude.
the freaking the Kid Icarus one, and they got the Link and the Samus.
I got one sealed.
Oh,
Primo package.
Collector. But gold points are going away. RIP. These have been around for almost
7,
a decade.
8 years now.
Yeah, close, man. But those are going away. Use them soon. They will expire soon. Next, this is how you know that we're just in a slow news week. You know, but after this, we're going to talk about some pretty fun stuff. So let's talk about this. Charlie, you a big baseball fan?
I love baseball.
Oh boy, I can hear it in your voice.
Shout outs to Mario Super Sluggers and not Super Mario Sluggers like I thought it was for the longest time.
Yes, I actually got into hockey recently. Are you into hockey?
Oh, I'm Canadian.
I was gonna say you are Canadian.
No, I used to play hockey all the time.
Oh,
like
really?
I'm still
Pretty good.
I'm still pretty good. But yeah, I move better on skates than I do on my own feet. So
I see. I've never played. I just watch. I've gotten into it. Go Caps. But we're talking about baseball here. And the news is, you know, Nintendo used to own, I believe, part of the Seattle Mariners.
this is true.
MLB team. This is true. I think they don't anymore, but they must still have
They
a
own.
good
They still
friendship.
have I think 10%.
Oh, do they? Okay. Maybe they
Or
own
something like that.
more back in the day, less now. But the Nintendo logo, along with the Switch 2 logo, will appear on the Seattle Mariners jerseys this season. I'll throw some pictures on screen for our video listeners, audio listeners. Just imagine a Switch 2 logo on the left sleeve of a baseball jersey. That's all it is. You aren't missing too much. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I mean, I'm no baseball fan. I'm just gonna cut it straight. I mean, baseball's cool. I respect the fan base. Not for me. I don't watch it. It's slow. Sorry, no offense. This is cool to see though, because like,
Baseball.
not just that. I'm trying to think. They've been on a jersey before, right? Like Nintendo's been on a jersey of some sort, right? Am I dreaming?
Hold on. I'll give it a quick search.
My point was gonna be, if they have been on one before, this is like the first time in a long time. You know? Have they been?
Yeah. I'm just I'm just getting like
Okay.
merch.
Well, I guess not.
But no, I don't think so.
Okay, so I'm wrong.
But
Okay.
I guess this is the first one
Ever
to be
maybe.
noted.
Yes.
One thing that I would like to talk about
Okay.
is, I know this probably doesn't have anything to do with it,
I'm listening.
but when? Hold on. Oh God. I missed the tweet. Oh God.
Uh-oh.
Oh God.
What
I'm
happened?
scrolling.
What are you
I'm
bringing up to
scrolling.
us? Let's see.
I'm scrolling. It was the date. Now I know that's just when the season starts, but it is very intriguing.
Okay.
That the date in which the date in which the opening day is, where they're going to be wearing this, is March 27th.
So what does that mean?
It's a week before the Switch 2 Direct.
I don't see any correlation there.
And now here's the funny part.
Okay.
I thought it said May 27th, and I thought it was going to be a whole thing about the release date.
Oh.
But turns out I'm crazy, and this has led absolutely nowhere.
Do you know, man, I watched your short the other day about how you were saying that people should stop predicting the May 15th release date. I thought that was maybe a shot at me, a little diss track, because me and Ant Dude were just on here talking about how that might be the release date. Is that a shot?
I've been saying May 8th or 9th. I don't know why. Is this another November 21st situation?
Maybe.
For fans of the podcast. I've been pretty dead set. January 1st, I said last week of April or first 2 weeks of May.
Okay. So we're sticking with the first 2 weeks of May for the Switch 2 release.
I'd say or last week of April. You never know.
Yeah. You never
just
know.
because the Nintendo Switch experience or Nintendo Switch 2 experience goes past the, release date or technically release date.
Right.
That doesn't mean it invalidates the release date at all.
Yeah.
Because you can still have previews even when the console's still out, obviously.
Sure. I have no idea what to think, but what I do have some thoughts on, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, released Thursday, March 20th. And honestly, dude, you were probably that entire day just thinking about Xenoblade. That entire day, I was thinking about, God dang, Animal Crossing New Horizons is 5 years old.
Yeah, 5 years old. I also was thinking about that. Doom Eternal too. Fantastic game as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been 5 years. Crazy to think that we were all locked inside 5 years ago.
I know.
And now we are also still locked inside talking into microphones.
Yeah, we are indeed.
Some things don't change.
A lot of things don't. But let's go ahead and get to our first impressions on the newest. It's not a new Nintendo game. The newest release.
The final Nintendo Switch game. Let's call it that because that's what it is.
No, it can't be.
Let's call it that because that's what it is.
Something's coming out in April.
Well, I mean, Kirby Planet Robobot can come out in April for all I care.
Okay, so that's final.
But this is before we know any release date for a Switch 2 game. This was the final game in which we were anticipating before the Switch 2.
Okay, so the final game as of March 21st, 2025.
Yes.
Okay, I see. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about our thoughts on Xenoblade. And here's why it's interesting. I'm not a Xenoblader. You are.
Yes.
And the thing is, every time that we do a first impression segment on this podcast, it's always been just me. Because, why is that again? Oh, God. Because when I book a guest, I can't guarantee that they have played the game that I'm going to talk about. I know that you've played it, and I need you to help me with this discussion. I need your take on the story. You know more than I. Let's go ahead.
I do.
Let's get to it. My friends, as mentioned, I am not a Xenoblader. And every single first impression segment, it's just me, Mario versus Donkey Kong comes out, it's just me. Not sure why I picked that game as an example. But what game came out this year? Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Oh,
Donkey Kong.
Okay. Another Donkey Kong.
It was just me.
What is it with Donkey Kong in January? What's going on?
I don't know. But, it's usually always me. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't walk you through what Xenoblade is about. I'm not capable. But I did play the game, and you can see it above me if you're watching the video version. I have the game. I played it. But Charlie is here, and you...
I am.
How many years of experience do you have with Xenoblade?
What is this, a job interview?
Yes, it is.
Let's see. So I really started playing the games when I first got the Switch back in 2017.
Okay.
I was playing it a bunch. Then Xenoblade 2 released the Switch's first year. So I'm like, okay, I'll play it. I played it for a bit, kind of stopped about maybe a month or something passed. picked the game back up again, finished it, loved it, right? I'm like, oh, that was pretty good, right? Then the DLC for Xenoblade 2 came out in 2018. I played that. I'm like, okay, that's good. And then, I went back to Smash Brothers for a bit. But I'm going to say the real time where I really got invested in this was actually pretty close to now, was when Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition got announced, which was the remake remaster of the first game. And oh my God.
Yep.
One of the best games ever. Just full stop. So I played that, loved it. And then obviously Xenoblade 3 in 2022, which had its release date moved up, which is very funny. Not delayed, just they said, hey, we'll put it out a bit earlier.
Yeah.
And Xenoblade 3 is the best game I've ever played, just full stop. And one game that I've never really had the chance to play fully was Xenoblade Chronicles X. So I had it on my Wii U, so I gave it a shot, but I just don't have time to play a lot of games anymore because obviously busy YouTube man. I'm sure you know the feeling.
Yep.
But now that we have Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, and now it's also my job to play these games. I can make time for it, obviously. And the improvements that they have made to this over the original Wii U edition, oh my God. It's not necessarily visual enhancements, although the game does look a lot better. But the tiny tweaks they've made to the gameplay to overall help the flow of the game better, phenomenal.
Can you walk us through some of those tweaks?
All right.
What is
the first thing I want to mention, all right? I'm actually going to pull out the Nintendo Switch for this right here.
Okay, there it is.
All right. I want you to count for me in seconds, all right? And I'm going to, once I boot this game, and we're going to count how long it takes for me to load fully into the world.
Okay.
All right.
I'm counting.
In
There might be a Discord delay, but yes.
Yeah, don't worry about it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your controller.
That's all right.
7, 8, 9 seconds. That's pretty good.
No, 10.
Oh, 10.
11.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
We're
You're in? 16. It's pretty good.
We're in. Oh wait, let me just press the online menu. The online menu. I forgot there was an online menu. It takes like 10 seconds to load fully into the open
Right.
world.
I can only imagine what it was on the Wii U, like 100 seconds.
It was a long time, but even in comparison to games like Breath of the Wild,
yeah,
and Tears of the Kingdom,
still very fast.
like look at this, and had to just hop out of the menu and boop,
Boom,
there I am.
Heck yeah.
I'm in.
So fast.
The load times, like even if I want to go somewhere just completely random on the map, let me just do that real quick.
I also heard that they tweaked some like menu stuff to like make it easier to read and everything. Is that true? Do you know?
Yeah.
That's good stuff
For
too.
sure. Yeah, there it is. It's like 5 seconds, not
fast,
even.
Fast,
which is crazy, especially when you take into account that this is a Nintendo Switch we're running it on.
Yeah, 2017.
All the text size is it's so easier to read now. And there's a new ability that helps out a lot. You actually don't get it until I think chapter 3 in the game, which I don't know if you've gotten there yet, but we'll talk about that later. Don't say. It's called Quick Cooldown or Quick Recast. So in the game, you have all your moves. You got 8 moves called arts that appear when you're fighting, and they all have cooldowns. You can only use them a certain amount of times per battle, because every single time you use one, it'll take, let's say, 5-10 seconds to recharge, and then you can use it again. This quick cooldown, quick recast mechanic, you have a little bar, a little green bar, and by pressing the Y button, it will use some of that green bar proportional to the amount of cooldown you have left on a certain art, instantly refill it and do it again. So if you are in a fight and you're like, I just want to get this over with,
that's neat.
All of the moves at once. It helps out the pace of the fight so much, because now you're no longer just waiting around for any of these things to recharge. You're always moving and always engaged, and it's so good.
It sounds neat, bro. Quality of life stuff. All right. So how do we like the game?
I
First
think
impressions, not full
before
game.
we talk about first impressions, how far have you played into the game?
Okay, let's talk about me.
Just give an hour count really quickly.
Okay,
this is my job interview now.
Okay,
all right?
cool. I want to preface everything that I say about this game by saying I respect the people who like this stuff. I respect the Xenobladers out there. Do you ever have those games, Charlie, like that just you see and you just have no interest in?
Yes.
Like, am I normal for not being interested in Xenoblade or Fire Emblem? Like, am I?
Oh yeah, games aren't for everyone.
Okay, so
yeah, but
this makes you feel better.
I want you to try and tell me the plot of the game from what you know.
Oh, good luck. Good luck.
For it.
Good
Go
luck.
for it. Go for it.
I couldn't. Okay. So I'll walk you through my entire thing. So you asked hours. That will spoil what I think of the game. So I'll tell you that last. But you asked me for the plot of the game. Let's dive in. I hit new game, never played a Xenoblade game in my life, never owned one in my life. I see the cool cutscene, which was longer than I thought. Felt like I was watching a movie. Do you ever watch that show Killer Kids? It's Canadian. You better know it.
Killer Kids? I don't know it.
There's
fraud.
There's a narrator in that show. I don't watch it like seriously. I've seen like a few episodes. There's a narrator in that show. Go look it up. She sounds just like the Xenoblade Chronicles X narrator. It's crazy. That was the first thing that I thought of. So they're narrating, the entire story. And honestly, I don't remember much of it. I couldn't tell you a lot of it. Like, I'm not sure if it's because I went into this game with like not much interest in the game itself. Because I've never been like, even when they announced Xenoblade X, I've never been interested. Like, I'm not sure if I went into the game not paying much attention because of that. I don't know. But I couldn't tell you the plot of the game, and I assumed that I would know that from the cutscene, from the opening
cutscene.
Yeah, I didn't get much out of that. I saw a bunch of ships shooting each other. Here's my problem though. As a non-Xenoblader, I needed context. What are those ships and who's shooting?
See, that's the surprise tool that they're saving for later.
Okay, so that makes sense. I get into the game. I'm not gonna lie. I watched your stream. You had a cool character. You got the Joker dude or whatever his name was.
Oh, it's so funny.
Who is that?
Anytime he's in cutscenes, I just burst into laughter. God, I love it.
So I like to make myself in games, and I didn't. Bro, the customization was not great. Like, I can't.
No, it's not. You don't have all the options in the world. But
I'm trying to make it look like myself. I don't look like any of these hairstyles. I don't have any of these. Like, it's spiky hair, anime hair. I don't got this. So my character a little busted.
One thing that I noticed is that there's 3 different, like, when you choose a base, so to speak. What the game doesn't tell you, and what I had to realize by going through and checking, depending on the base you choose, you get different hairstyles.
Oh, okay. So I should look into that. Well, it's too late now, but I should have looked into that.
Yeah, it's too late now. But for those going to pick it up, just know that there's like the young, middle-aged, and old option for choosing a base character. And I think each option has different hairstyles.
Okay.
So I had to find one that was pretty close to mine, thankfully, though.
I'm gonna speed this up because I'm going kind of slow. I get into the game. And, I was kind of like, what am I really doing here? I was like watching all the cutscenes with Elma, and I was like, this is like, maybe I can get into this game. When I started moving around, it felt a lot nicer. It felt nice. Like, it felt like I was doing stuff. It felt cool, it felt smooth. I could sprint. It was cool. So I play a little more, and I get to shooting these monster dudes, and I do all that. But here's my problem. And here's how many hours I played. I played an hour and 40 minutes.
Okay.
Charlie, I can't beat these guys. I keep dying. I don't know how to play. I can't understand this.
You keep dying to the level 1 bugs?
Dude, I'm jumping around and I'm shooting these things and I'm using all my abilities and it takes time to reload and I keep dying. They didn't teach me. Or if they did, it wasn't. I didn't get taught very well.
While you were fighting the bugs, did you stumble upon more bugs by chance that also joined in the fight and started attacking you?
Sometimes, not every time.
I see.
Okay,
because
but let me ask you this.
Thing with these open world games. Sometimes, or with Xenoblade games in general, sometimes you're fighting, the enemies move somewhere, you go over there to beat them up, and then 10 more enemies come in the fight.
I think that was what I did. So that's my problem. But like, I don't understand like what I'm doing. Like, am I even supposed to fight these guys? Should I move on to like the next exclamation mark thing? I don't know how to fight. They didn't teach me well. Is there a way? I'm probably stupid for this. When you use all of your abilities, are you just pointless? Can you do something else? Like, can you press like a button and you can do something else?
You are constantly auto attacking.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even notice that. Okay, well, I must suck then. You got into the game right away and you were like, oh, I can emote. Bro, they didn't teach me anything. How would I ever know that?
I'm just pressing buttons. I'm just pressing buttons, you know?
How would I ever know that? Like, bro, they're not telling me anything.
There is a control guide, but it's not like, you don't need to know how to emote, so I guess they just never told you. But the fact that you can is very funny, especially for the like online component when you have like, I think 32 different people fighting a giant boss, man.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really done that part yet, so I'm excited to experience it for the first time because I couldn't on the Wii U.
Yeah. But here's the bottom line. I got into it, hour and a half is not very long, but I came to the conclusion like, man, I'm not really enjoying myself. Like, I don't really know if I want to keep playing this, and not to mention 100 hours of this. Now, skill issue.
This
yes.
is a big game.
Skill issue, yes. I have a skill issue. Lack of motivation to research how to play the game, yes. But like,
you shouldn't need to research.
I shouldn't need to do that. I didn't really learn much of how to play the game, so I'm stuck there dying to easy monsters or bosses, whatever you call them. And I know Xenoblade fans are cringing out of their mind. This guy sucks. He's a noob. He doesn't play Nintendo. He's a fake fan. I get it. But Xenoblade's not for me. And I will say a lot of me not succeeding, I would say, is me just not being interested and just kind of going in with that mindset, which is my fault. But like, I've just come to the conclusion I just am not a Xenoblader. And even while I was playing, I just, as I said, didn't find myself being like, man, I got to keep playing. I'm hooked. And not every game has to do that, but I am not a Xenoblader.
Question for you.
Yes.
All right. Did you get when you stopped playing, was it still like rainy and dark?
It was somewhat dark. I don't remember if it was raining.
Did you get to like the spot where the sun came up and it was all like?
I think yeah, I did.
Yeah. And you saw like all the guys running, all the like wildlife running around and all that.
Right. Yes. Like on like the cliff thing, or am I dreaming?
Wait, say that again. Sorry.
On like the cliff thing, right? Like they were like on the little cliff.
And then Elmo's like, you can jump down there if you want. You can survive the fall.
Yeah. That part. Yeah.
Okay, I see. Yeah. It's definitely the thing with like RPG games or just any games of any genre. Like, I know I for one cannot do strategy games like Fire Emblem.
Yep.
That is half me not like the genre doesn't really stick for me like Xenoblade does for you. The other half is I already have one big RPG series in my brain.
Yep.
And that's Xenoblade. And I just don't have the room for two of them, especially with all the work I got to do. But yeah, games definitely aren't for everyone.
Yeah.
But I must say, give it another shot.
I might.
I think the thing is with Xenoblade X specifically, and I guess any open world game, is that enemies are everywhere.
Yep.
And naturally, some of them are going to be there's some areas are going to be naturally higher level than the others. So you got to always make sure, because I think you start at level 1.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fight anything above your current level, even if like Elma's level 5 and doing sick flips and everything. Because the one thing about Xenoblade X that I think is really cool is the fact that enemies are just really strong, especially the larger ones in scale. Even if an enemy is, let's say, level 20 and you're level 30, or maybe not that big of a difference, but if an enemy is less level than you, but if they're just huge, you're still going to have a hard time fighting them.
Yep.
And that obviously all changes when you get the giant mechs, which, oh my God. Oh my God. Don't get me started on those. I haven't gotten mine yet. Obviously, I've just been only playing for a day. But the main selling point that Nintendo has been putting out there for everyone wondering about Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition is those giant mechs. They're called skells. And with that, it completely recontextualizes the entire game.
I see.
When you first get it, you're on foot, you're running around, you're trying to avoid all of these monsters, right? And then you get the giant mech, and it's not that you just move a lot faster. It feels like the world itself shrinks down almost.
Game changer.
And now you can reach. It really is a game changer. And then you unlock the ability to have these mechs fly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, oh my God, it's a very liberating feeling once you get it. But of course, there is that initial commitment to it.
Sounds like fun, man. I might give it another shot. I might have to delete my save data so I can like start fresh and like really pay attention to everything.
Get I'd say you're not even, I mean, you're not even 30 minutes in realistically. But I say, try it again. Really try to pay attention to the tutorials, because Xenoblade games are kind of, especially Xenoblade 2, very infamous for not having good tutorials.
Mm-hmm.
It was literally just text on a screen. That's in part because the game was rushed. But I do know that there is an option in the settings in Xenoblade X specifically to do like kind of combat drills, or
they gotta tell me
tutorial
that.
Drills.
How did I not know that?
I don't think they tell. Let me boot up my Switch. Actually, let me see if it's there. If I go to good old system.
But like, just to clear up, by the way, I've never been an RPG guy ever.
This is true.
I've never been that kind of guy.
Me personally, I hate turn-based RPGs. It was never for me, except like a few outliers,
I'm never an RPG guy for most games. Like even like Paper Mario, I never ever like really gotten into that like for real. So going into this now, like it's set up for me to not like it. So just want to clear it up. I respect fan base. I respect the game. Everyone who likes it. It's not for me. I'm sure you have your game out there that you dislike that is not for you. Maybe it's Splatoon. Maybe it's Animal Crossing. I don't know. We all got something. It's Xenoblade for me. Sorry, you're gonna say something?
Yeah. One thing that is I find that a lot of people just in the gaming space are like, no, you have to like this game.
Right.
You have to you gotta do it. You gotta do it. It's gonna be it's so fun. But realistically, not everyone has the same brain at the end of the day. Some things are gonna click better for other people, and some things are gonna click worse for other people. And it really just all depends on what you like at the end of the day. Personally, I'd say at least try it.
I will.
I wish there was a demo that for like Xenoblade X, but
there should be.
I do not know how you would do a demo. Maybe like have the first
like
few
hour.
chapters,
yeah,
or something like that. Because let me tell you, Xenoblade Chronicles X, I think, has one of the best open worlds in gaming.
Okay.
Once you finally get into it, I'd put it on the same level as Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Partially because the developers Monolith Soft helped make Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and Animal Crossing and Splatoon and some, I think, Skyward Sword, Smash Bros. Brawl. They've been doing great for Nintendo. Yeah.
So your first impressions, based on just what you've played, out of 10, what would you rate the game? Just so far.
I'd rate it right now, as of what I've played. I just finished up a nice, I think it was chapter 4 or maybe chapter 3. I don't know, one of the two. But I'm about 5 hours in and I'm really enjoying it so far. Not as much as the other Xenoblade games yet, because I haven't really given it time to wow me.
Yeah.
But from the soundtrack to just the visuals and everything, and the gameplay especially, 9 out of 10 so far.
I see. Also, one thing that just came to my mind, dude, when I'm battling all these monsters and dying, who is this guy rapping in the background? Like,
dude,
what
he's
is
awesome.
That? Bro's like,
awesome.
My bars are sick, Xenoblade this. Like, dude, shut up, I'm dying over here. Shut up.
Oh my God, it's so great.
What's he saying, dude? Who is that guy?
Dude, stuck on a whole nother planet.
I don't know, dude, but Xenoblade 9 out of 10 for you. For me, invalid out of 10, or like TBD. Like I can't. I have to retry it. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. So I don't even feel comfortable giving a rating because I'm not really qualified to. But you, 9 out of 10. Thank you so much for being on the podcast and talking about the story and everything. Because, dude, if it was solo.
Wait, do we even talk about the story of the game?
You gave like a brief something.
I don't think I did, honestly. But for those who do want a general plot synopsis, the year's 2054.
Yes.
The Earth just blew up as a casualty between a giant space battle between two unknown alien forces at the time of you start the story. And the ship you are in has crash landed onto this unknown planet, which is now called Mira. And you are one of the survivors that fell off of the ship being held in stasis. You were recently reactivated, and now you're going to head back to the main city, become a blade, which is basically just like a, part of the crew to find the pieces of that life hold, which were carrying all of the people in it. So you need to find the rest of humanity and survive on the new planet, basically. And you have giant mechs. It's great.
All sounds fun in games until you're dying to the monsters and hearing that guy rap in the background.
Dying to the monsters. We're stuck on a hole. One of my favorite lines.
Yeah.
Is the rapper guy goes, "Is anyone there?
Really?
Am I all alone?
I didn't even know that part.
I need a bigger gun." It's awesome. Like that song, you're gonna, if you do eventually like completely play through the game, you're gonna be like, this song is stupid in the first like 2-3 hours. Afterwards, you're gonna be singing along, dude. You're gonna be like, yes.
It'll be good. Maybe I'll pick it up again. Folks, those are Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition First Impressions. It is out now, $60 full price. Think about it. Think about it, folks. It could be good for you. But now, time to get to everyone's favorite segment, Charlie, the people segment, the question block segment, where we answer your questions. And stick around because our first question is a funny one. It's a pretty fun one. I just felt like putting it on here. It's not even a question. I don't know. All right, let's go to the question block. Let's go. My friends, you've made it to your favorite segment, the most awaited segment, the question block. Me and Charlie answer your questions you asked us. There are 3 ways to ask questions because, not everyone has the same preferred method. Number 1, I post on my YouTube community tab every single Tuesday on the YouTube channel EmSwizzle. I know that is specific, but that is my largest written form reach, so I do it there. Also, if you don't want to wait for that, you can join the Discord server, link down below, and ask questions in the podcast questions channel. That is there 24/7. Or if you're old school, email your question to mariomatterquestions@gmail.com, and you will be considered to be on the show. First things first, our first request comes from Nolan Snipes, who asks, collab with cdotkom.
Who's that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Neither.
Yeah. Huh. We'll have to get into contact with the guy, I think. Yeah.
Our next question comes from some random person guy who asks, what appliances would you guys use from Nintendo, like Alarmo? So like phones or freezers or what would you use? Like actually,
toaster.
Because dude, we can say Nintendo phone, right? But would you actually? I would not use one, like for real.
Nintendo toaster. All right.
Nintendo toaster.
I made it. I forget when I made a video on this. It was a while ago though.
Yeah.
Here it is. Right. You have the toaster. It's toasting. Right.
I see.
My hands are the 2 slices of bread. They go in the toaster. All right. You're hearing like.
Yeah.
Right. You're hearing all of that. And then they pop out and it's like, right? Right. It's the Mario fanfare. Right. And then boom, like a question mark block on the bread burnt in or something like that.
That would be dope.
And I don't know what technology to custom burn in things, but imagine getting the Triforce on the Zelda update.
On your hands?
No, on the bread.
On the bread. Okay.
This is the bread.
Okay. Also, I noticed one thing. While you were doing all that, so you have an Apple Watch, right?
This is true.
Why is the knob on the bottom?
Because it's on my right hand.
Wait, so like do this? Like is it not on like the top right for you?
No, it's on the bottom left right here.
Why is that? Mine's on the
It's just
top
more-
right.
It's just more comfortable for me, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, sorry. I've just never seen anybody with that. Okay. I mean, to each their own. I just have never seen
This
that.
is
So
true.
cool stuff. You are one of a kind, my
Yeah.
friend.
I hook it up. I hook it up to my stream so I get my heart rate on there. It's very
That's
funny.
cool. I actually cracked mine recently, like kind of bad, but it still works. It is 6
Still
years
works.
old, so maybe I'll think about upgrading soon.
Yeah, I actually this is an upgrade. I got it back in January. I had the other
dope.
one for dear Lord, who knows how long.
I might have to upgrade. Maybe later this year we'll thinking about one. But for my answer, appliances. Let's think. I wouldn't use a phone. Wouldn't use a watch. Are these like appliances? Just like weird tech. Wouldn't use a fridge or a freezer. I don't know what I would use. I mean, Alarmo. I actually use every single day, so that's cool.
Same. I thought I wasn't, but it works.
It's great.
works.
It's peaceful, dude. It's nice and knows when you get out of bed. It's cool. I don't know what I would use other than that. I have a watch. I have phone. I don't think anything. I mean, toaster, I guess, but I don't even eat toast. So I don't have an answer. Like, I really cannot think of one thing. Like even something that is a stretch. I can't think of anything. So my answer is Alarmo. Like, that was perfect for me. I use alarm clocks. That's perfect. But can you think of it like any suggestions for me? Like, I can't.
Water bottle.
No, I wouldn't use that. I have my gallon. And
true.
the Mario Matter water bottle, link down below, available at EmSwizzle.shop. But yeah, like, I don't know what I'd use. Nothing.
I'm like looking around my room for
Nothing. Camera, maybe. Nintendo camera, as long as it does 4K.
I'm not seeing any.
Nothing. Like, I have what I need, you know?
Toothbrush.
Now we're talking. Now, if but I worry about the quality. Is it electric? Is it gonna be real good?
You know the ones that when you have it in your mouth, the vibrations make a song?
Never seen that. That's a thing?
You're in for a treat. I'm pulling this up.
That's crazy. Are you Googling it? How much are those?
Yeah. Hold on.
Like, what
let
does
me
that go
see.
for? Like $100 Nintendo toothbrush?
Oh my god, wait, there's a recent one?
There's a new, like, these are things.
Oh
Song
no, this
toothbrushes?
is a YouTube video for kids to brush their teeth for the full 2 minutes.
Oh,
Hold on.
No, not the same thing. Not the same.
Hold on. No, this is the thing. Okay, okay. Oh, I gotta find this. Toothbrushes that vibrate and make a song.
Are you
Please,
sure
Google.
that's a thing?
Tooth Tunes toothbrushes? all right.
Tunes. All right. Tooth
Hold
Tunes.
on.
If you want to sponsor the podcast, feel free. How much
Hold
are
on,
one
I
of
need to
those
find a
tooth
video.
tunes?
I need to find a video. Oh my.
Are they geared towards
Goodness
kids
gracious.
or what?
Oh, yeah, they very
Okay.
much are. Hold on.
I didn't know if you could like upload an MP3 or something and
Let me see this real quick. Oh my god. Wait, please tell me there's a video. Please tell me they play the song.
What song are you looking for? What are we doing? We got questions to answer, C-Dot. Colts Card YT's waiting to have his question answered.
Okay, yeah, you can take a look at that later. Oh my god.
Okay. Send it to me.
It's-
I can look at it later.
Yeah.
Colts Cards YT wants to know, if you had to get a job at Nintendo, which one would it be? Mine would be graphic designer, he says. What would yours be?
Fun known fact about me. I am a game developer. Just straight up. Right?
How's it going? I saw you give an update on your video.
I did. I'm not going to give you any special updates, but it is going along well. As it always is.
Okay. I see.
Very, very cool to finally just kind of get the premise out there. But, and if you guys don't know what we're talking about, I'm making a video game. That was about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say level designer, because that's what I do.
Yeah.
That is what I do. I'm also an audio systems designer as well. So if there's any dynamic music in games that you like, I can do that. the Nintendo alarm was going off.
Look
folks.
at that. I see it.
Holy moly. Yoshi just drove by. Yeah, I would take something like that. A lot of people think, and here's for anyone thinking about careers and also watching this podcast. If you want to be a game tester, there's a lot more that goes into it than you might think. You don't just play games 24/7.
Yeah, it's not
you're
that.
filing reports most of the time. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's not as fun as it sounds. Like, that's people's dreams. I want to be a game tester. You play games all day. But, like, by the way, these games aren't even totally finished. You're filing reports. You're typing. Yeah. It's not as fun as it sounds.
You're going to be playing through the same sequence 17 times to try and find every single bug.
I mean, what do I know? I've just heard things. That's, like, you know, what I've heard about it. So you'd be a level designer. Yeah?
Yeah, I just... At any one of the studios. Let me work at Monolith Soft. They'll work on the next Xenoblade. Screw it.
I think, dude, they should bring both of us in and, like, we should make shorts for them. Dude, imagine me and you get like $1 million
social
salaries.
Media managers, really?
Yes, me and you, bro. Us, dude, we'll make the best Nintendo shorts. But here's the thing. They have to offer us enough money each to, like, quit our channels and, like, go work for them full time.
I suppose. Or why don't we just have them work for us?
Yeah, we should buy Nintendo.
Yeah,
let's do it. Well, who's stopping us?
All right, how much cash you got? I got like 3.
Dude, we'll own the freaking Mariners. This will be great. Dude,
let's buy the other 90%.
Let's just buy. We'll own the world. Okay, but my answer, I think that I would like to be some on-camera talent, like what Nintendo Minute was. I would like to do that.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, that's basically what you're doing every week.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I would like to do that, or I would like to, like, you know, behind the scenes work. I would like to do anything not mundane, like a creative director for the next Animal Crossing or something. Like, not typing, not like, you know,
no
programming or anything.
No office work, basically. No 9 to 5 kind of get in your cubicle and then just type
nothing
into
wrong
an Excel
with that.
sheet.
If you like that, or if you're trying to get your foot in the door, great. But, like, if I had it my way, I would, like, brainstorm concepts and think of things like how this should work in the game. If I had it my way, that's, you know, how I would do it. But, you know, I don't have it my way. I'm here doing the Mario Matter, which is great. I wouldn't want to do anything else. But I do not work at Nintendo. Don't think I ever will. But Hamza asks,
never know.
Do you think the next 3D Mario will have a new mechanic like Cappy in Mario Odyssey or Flood in Mario Sunshine? They have to, right?
They gotta.
They should.
But if not, I'm thinking the only reason why they wouldn't do that is because there is already an existing mechanic that they would use instead. So if we're going like sequel time, I feel like that could be something that's in the cards. I don't think they're doing a sequel.
To Mario Odyssey, you mean?
No, I don't think they're doing a sequel to Mario Odyssey.
Right.
Mario Galaxy 3, though? I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I'm going to keep putting it out there, and it'll happen eventually, and I'll be right eventually. But I think that, let's say, a new mechanic could be maybe just along the lines of a new power-up, right?
Yeah.
They could go the Mario Galaxy route. I do think that this next 3D platformer after Mario Odyssey, because Mario Odyssey had such a complex and diverse movement system with just how you can, use Cappy and all that stuff. I think that there's not really a good way to top that by just having more moves, right? It's kind of like how the next Super Smash Bros. Game most likely is not going to have every single character from Smash Bros. Ultimate. And it's going to kind of be not a reset or a reboot, but just something different. I think that something along the lines of, let's say, a Mario Galaxy, because it didn't have as many movement options as, let's say, Mario Odyssey with all the Cappy shenanigans, but it did have a lot of cool power-ups. And I do think that is something we could see in the game with a more kind of maybe linear approach.
I like that.
But we'll see.
I like it. I like the ideas that come out of your brain. You have good stuff, bro. All these
it is my job.
All these new things.
One thing I should mention, I'm gonna rag on Astrobot for a second here.
Okay.
because I've played through the whole thing, 100% of the game.
Samesies.
And one thing that makes Astrobot, or myself personally, not like Astrobot as much as any of the 3D Marios, is just lack of options. Because Astrobot has the Mario Galaxy approach where you go in and you get a cool power up and you play through the level with that cool power up. But the thing is with Astrobot, all of the levels, the great, super well designed, super fun, but the glue that holds them together is the player movement, Astrobot moving around and jumping. You have a jump, you have a little kind of hover jump, and then you just have an attack. Those are only the 3 moves you have. Even when compared to something like Mario 64 or Mario Galaxy, Mario is still whipping out a bunch of moves that aren't even necessary to beat the game. On my Let's Play channel, cdotplays, me and my pal Jellybean, they were playing through Mario Galaxy for the first time. I barely saw them do anything but the standard jump. They're still able to beat the game.
Yep.
Because it's all about the Mario games specifically, and what makes them so great, in my opinion, is the freedom of expression you can have in the movement of it. And with Astrobot not having the optional ways to just get around, it felt like I was being funneled to play the game a certain way, and the freedom that comes with it was just lost.
But for me, in Astrobot, when I get those new shiny power-ups, I'm not even thinking about all these other ways to play. I'm just focused on, bro, I'm a freaking, it's been a while. What's that punchy thing? The punchy?
Yoshi Tongue, Mario Galaxy 2. The frogs
in Astrobot, what's like the punchy thing? There's like a punchy power-up?
Yeah, with the two frogs are like springs.
Frog.
Yeah,
okay, yeah. I'm not even like thinking about these other movements though while I have this new shiny power-up toy, So do you need that?
I'd say it makes 4. Yet again, you don't need it. Yeah. Which is why Astrobot is still as great as it is. But it's what separates Astrobot from Mario Galaxy.
I see. Yeah.
It's interesting to note.
It is. To answer the question, I feel like you gotta have some new mechanic in the next 3D Mario game. I don't think it's Cappy. I don't think it's Flood. Not that you're saying that, but you're saying like Cappy, like Flood. I think it's somebody totally new. And the cool thing is, with the Switch 2, you have not only more power to the system, which may or may not influence what companion you have, but new features. You got the mouse feature. I'm not sure if that'll be used. I'm just saying, you got more possibilities. You got more ways to do companions in this new 3D Mario game. You got a much bigger world to explore potentially because Switch 2 will have much more power. All the positives make room for a cooler, more creative companion that you could have, and it's going to be the biggest, best 3D Mario game yet. I think you always got to have some companion. Most games do have a companion like that. 3D platformers type. Most do have some sort of companion. Fi or Fi. Is it Fi from Skyward Sword?
I say Fi.
Fi, okay. It's
Fi.
I like companions like that. You always got to have one. I think that they will have one in the next.
People hate Fi. I don't see it.
I don't see it either. I think she's great.
She's great.
Yeah, she's helpful, and that's all that matters.
Helpful. So. In the original, I did play through the original Skyward Sword. She was a bit much at times, telling me my batteries were low and all that. Yeah. But at the same time, I think people just I think people just hate getting interrupted all the time. But it wasn't even all the time,
But I feel like she actually added things. She wasn't, she wasn't interrupting you for a stupid reason. It meant something, so.
Yeah, it was always wait, there's an 80% chance, there's a 30% chance of a 50% chance of Zelda being in this direction. Yeah. So maybe there's this, I know the map you're looking at, it's kind of old and dated, but this ground seems new. I wonder if there's something there, This kind of leads you in the right direction.
Even though Zelda wasn't there, it was exciting. Oh boy, we might be getting closer, So yeah. It was just cool. And I'll always remember at the end of the game, going into the final boss fight, it was if you die, there's a good chance that you won't come back or whatever. Just some memorable lines from Fi. Always gotta love Skyward Sword. Yeah. And then finally,
companions in games are always a good time. With Flood didn't really say much.
Right.
The baby Luma didn't say anything, I don't think, except for like the very end of the game in in the Galaxy series. Then there wasn't a companion in 3D World, I don't think. But the little Sprixie fairies were there. The same goes for land, but no one. Let's see, we got then Mario Odyssey with Cappy, of course. Cappy was great. I think Cappy is my favorite.
One of the best.
He's just a guy. He's just a guy. I got a sticker of him on my PC.
He's a chill guy. Cappy's a chill guy. And then finally, Misk TV asks, unlike my other comment, this one is a real question. When did you know you wanted? Okay, so there's a few questions. When did you know that you wanted to make content?
Let's see. Read the other two. This is a compound question.
Have you faced any doubts in being a YouTuber? How long do you think you will be a YouTuber? I mean, we should probably break it up because it's like 3 separate questions, right?
So I'll get it going. I'll start.
Okay.
So I've just always been making videos, you know? And like good old stop motions, you know? The first video on this channel was a Let's Play Mario Galaxy 2. Which isn't, obviously it's not there anymore because we have better things to put on the channel now. And it has been like 14 years.
Wow.
Almost. And the crazy thing is that I never really wanted to be a YouTuber, you know?
Just kind of
it wasn't something that I was actively sorting out. It was just something that I really like to do. And I've always loved just making videos, putting them out. And I think that it's cool to be, you know, try to be like, when I grow up, I want to be a YouTuber.
Right.
Oh, I'm Mickey Mouse. Right. I think it's fine to have that mindset. But I think that if your goal to become a YouTuber is to become a YouTuber, it's not going to turn out well because your main objective or your main priority, your main passion should just be making videos. At the end of the day. Because if you're going into it from, I want to be a YouTuber, I don't think it's going to work out.
I agree, yeah.
Like if I was doing this for the money, for example, that comes with it, I would have quit ages ago. I'm talking like 5 years ago at this point, right? It's not about the money, Spider-Man. But like it's not as much as it's cheesy to say it's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's not about the, I guess, fame or anything like that. It's just about I'm doing what I want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is it kind of the same for you?
It's the same for me. I like to make videos. Even back to when I was like 5 years old, recording my TV on my dad's camcorder.
You get the tripod.
A Mario Bros. Wii tutorial, like the final boss fight, and I went like the wrong way or something, and I shouted out 5-year-old me, mistake, in like the background of the video, like back to those days. I just like doing it. I don't know. And I always thought YouTube was a really cool thing back in the day. And I would go on it and I would make a bunch of bookmarks on my old Acer laptop, or maybe it was HP, I don't know. I would make all these bookmarks of like Nintendo videos, not like YouTubers, but like Nintendo official videos. And it was really cool. I always thought, it was cool and everything. Can I finish? I thought it was cool. And, you know, I had my little spurts. So I had the little 5-year-old me making Mario tutorials. Then I got to like age 7, 8, 9. And then found out that on my iPod Touch, it had an upload to YouTube button. So I would upload like my Talking Ben videos to YouTube. And then it got to like 9, 10, 11, where I began making like FIFA 16 videos. That was cool. And then it got, even like before that, I was making like Skylander stuff. Which, you know, I always liked doing it. I saw no real success, but I had like 30 subscribers. I was like, man, this is the coolest thing. Never really like dialed in until 2020. I was like, you know, it's COVID times. We're going to do it. And here I am. But yeah, I think I always just loved it. And it was always cool. Even like, you know, from like the 9, 10, 11 age to like age, I was 13. So like 3 year gap. I was always in the back of my mind, like I would love to be a YouTuber. I just don't know how I'm going to make that work.
And we still don't know how to make it work. We just kind of keep
even
going.
still, dude, nothing's guaranteed. You kind of just keep going in hopes of like making better content, and just by product of that, you just time passes and you're a YouTuber. It's just
the second you stop improving your videos is the second you give up on your dream. You know.
What's the quote?
saying?
You sleep on a win and you'll wake up with a loss. Take that in. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. You sleep on a win and you'll wake up with a loss.
Yeah,
that's the quote. You stop improving.
So.
You
but
get
I
all
remember
caught
with
up. Sorry, good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with you saying like Acer laptop and stuff.
Yeah,
I used to take my Mario Galaxy 2 videos, burn them to CDs after editing them in Windows Movie Maker.
I used to use it too.
On my mom's work laptop. And I used to play them on the TV and just, I used to sit there. I was like,
this is the coolest thing in the world. Yeah.
You know, like every single time I'm like thinking to myself, did I actually like want to be a like I just
kind of
did ever want to be a YouTuber or anything like that? I just think back to those, you know, days where I just made those things just because, not because it was cool. I mean, it was, but
yeah,
that's a personal opinion.
You weren't
not
making
because,
money
you know,
either.
It was the coolest thing. Not because I was making money. Not because, you know, everyone would see it and think I'm super cool for making the videos, but just because I really wanted to do it.
Yeah,
and I think
fun.
That's the crux of the job, basically.
Yeah,
it's just what do you enjoy to do? Can you make it into a video?
Yeah.
And once you make it into a video, how do you make it so that other people can enjoy the same things you do?
Yeah.
And that's basically it, you know?
Some people like Magnetiles, some people like playing Mario Galaxy 2, editing it in Movie Maker and burning it to a CD. It's cool stuff, you know? Like that's just different strokes, different folks. Part of the question, how long do you think you will be a YouTuber?
That's a good question.
I actually know the answer to the question. If you want to go first, I can go first.
All right, I'll go first.
I mean, should I go first? Because I know my answer,
yeah.
so you can think. I think, honestly, and I've said this, I'm pretty early. I don't know. I think by age 35 to 40, not like retire, I would rather just be doing like the Mario Matter each week. And I hope that I'm like good. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like that sounds bad. Like it sounds like
No, it's not.
You know?
I mean, from me hearing that does not sound bad.
Okay.
From other people who, you know, aren't in the program, it might.
Right.
It might.
Yeah. But that's like what I strive for. Who knows if it'll happen? I don't know. I'm just like, that's what I hope to have happen.
With me,
yep.
I just yet again, because we don't really see this as, I don't see it as a job. But it is a job at the end of the day, kind of. Right.
I don't see it as like a real job, but like
it's not a real job. You got to get a real job.
Yeah, but like you can make a living. You know?
Yeah, as someone who has had a real job before,
it's not a real job. I get
it's not a real job in the sense that you're not going into work every day.
Exactly.
It's just kind of you have videos on your mind all the time, basically. When you're you know like us
all the time.
And sometimes I have a book.
Sometimes you have a book.
Sometimes you have a book.
Oh, look, YouTube partner sticker.
Write down. Yeah, I got this at VidCon last year. Piled onto it. Right. Sometimes you have a book. And sometimes you just have to write an idea down. So I always have that on my pocket.
I just use my notes app on my phone. It's just good enough for me.
That's the better way to do it, honestly. Because then I take out the pen, I find the page, and I'm like, what was it again?
yeah.
But for how long I'll be doing this, I am a game developer, right? So obviously, with
you can transition
everything. I can. But my current plan is obviously I'm making that video game Get Up, which hopefully a lot of people will play and enjoy.
Gonna sell 20 mil.
And in that, it's obviously gonna make money, right? And what I plan to do is I'm gonna, you know, after Get Up is done, I'll probably work on another game and then probably work on another game after that. And it'll probably get to the point where I can just make games and not have to worry about, you know, putting out a video every day or doing something like that. With that said, though, I do think I want to just keep doing this as long as I can, as long
Same.
as it's allowed. And I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
Mm-hmm.
But I do think there will be obviously a point where, yeah, I should just step back a little bit, whether that be taking a break or just, going like less on the content for a long time and just live a bit more, because this is a job that's always on your mind, right? And it's very important to take that break, just to separate the, for me in this instance, to separate the c.com from the Charlie.
Yeah.
And it's definitely it's a big mental thing, but you need to find room and make time for yourself so that in return you can put the you in YouTube. Right.
What a way to put it. The you in YouTube. I like it. But yeah, you're always thinking about content. You're always doing it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. You're always it never ends.
Yeah. I must say, once my channel does not start until the Switch 2 comes out.
I saw you say that. What does that mean? If like you don't post like your best, or like I don't know.
Well, it's not that I'm not posting my best.
Right, yeah.
I do think I am very proud of the videos I put out. I do enjoy, making them, watching them and all that jazz. But my channel doesn't truly start until the Switch 2 comes out. Most probably also because I'll be hopefully
out of college.
Hopefully out of college.
Yeah.
By the time it comes out. We'll have to see with the release date. But I think when I edit very fast. I'm just like my friends are all looking. It's like, oh, how fast can you edit like a short of yours? I'm like, hour.
I'm like
2.
For my skits, I'm like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely a thing. It's like, oh, what if you like script it, record it, hour 30?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm very fast when I'm like really focused in on a task.
Yeah.
But I want to start doing more of the, the regular videos, not just the shorts.
Right.
And
I'm still working on it too. Yeah, it's tough.
The main reason why I haven't been able to put out as many as I would have hoped is because I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's a 9 to 5 basically every day.
Pretty much, yeah.
For me. And then I get back, make the video, do the podcast, and then I sleep, and then I repeat it all again. I was going to
say, even then, you're cutting into like your free time. You got to take some more time. Like there's not much time there,
Yeah.
Right after college, you're working. So
and then sometimes it bleeds into, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I have an iron deficiency.
Oh, I see.
I wonder how that happened. Who knows?
Yeah. But yeah.
Probably from the lack of sleep.
Life of a YouTuber, folks. That was a fun little topic there.
It was.
Is it for the Mario Matter episode 132? I think everyone knows where to find you. C.com everywhere. Hold on. Let's see if I know this. I've done enough podcasts. C.com on YouTube. cdotkom, obviously. Your Twitter, though. Oh, God. Is it C.com official or is it official C.com?
I think it's official C. Don't follow me on Twitter. There's nothing good on that platform. Do not go there.
I don't know if you have an Instagram.
Was something. Okay. I don't mean to extend this podcast further than it needs to be.
All good.
However, we're turning on the bright light for this one. Okay. However, someone was looking in the code of Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition and found I saw that. Yes.
The
60 FPS mode.
Yeah.
And I'm here thinking, that's what I was recording before I was recording the short footage, and I'm editing it after this podcast. I'm like, that's pretty odd. Why would there be a 60 FPS mode in a game that's locked at 30 frames per second? I'll let everyone figure out what that means.
It's probably for the Switch 2 backwards compatibility. And the reason I didn't put it in this podcast was because I didn't want to get the rumor mill started. Because I feel like if I said that, people would just like roll their eyes.
Oh, Switch 2. Stop talking about Switch 2.
I'll say it though. Yeah.
Okay. Folks, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Hit the thumbs up, the 5-star review, whatever you do that rhymes. Subscribe to both of us. That would be much appreciated. Goes a long way. And let's throw in a new one. Share it with your best friend and say, look at these two fun Nintendo guys on the podcast, and then have that friend do it to their friend, and just keep it going, and we'll be the biggest podcast in the world.
That's how marketing works. Yes, that is. Let's do that. Let's do that.
That's how it happens, folks. I'll see you next Saturday for even more. We have another Canadian next Saturday. Can you guess who it is? I will not confirm or deny, but you, I believe, know who he is. You have one guess, by the way. He's a returning guest. If you have no one, just say it.
I got no one. No one.
All good. Next Saturday, we have another Canadian. I'll see you all next Saturday for more. Adios.